Yeah, greetings to you, old fans of Bayern Munich. In terms of football, the football that I watched, you watched, and every other man in this guy's watched. Football, I've grabbed a great lessons via football and its ethics and antiquities. It's it's it hyped my mind in an apogee that were like, oh, truly football is insatiable. Sometimes difficulty, challenges, and problems occurs in football race and titles contenders, you understand? Why? Because your inability to overcome these shadows of yours, you found yourself being hurt or being eaten by other predators. So there are a lot of things to write, not to write home about actually, but I will take you a brief hablonic of what have been happening so far. Good and fine, Miansiamia is my home. I'm a great fan of Bayern Munich for the past decades now. And I've been seeing this luxurious mode of loving Bayern Munich to the fullness. But in all ramification, I'd like to highlight some certain agendas therein. Good and fine. In football, as I said earlier on, there are some provocations that might cause how players being seen as severe hallucinating, you understand. But one thing is to be sure of, victories comes at last. There are a lot of statistics and strategize and and untouched interest that have been occurring so far, but I picked it as a note, and it happened. Although it isn't logistically permitted that what happened in 2024 must happen in 2025 as event it doesn't align the same. Yes, Bayern Munich have been a shadow of themselves over some years now. You understand? Ever since the day Xabi Alonso was appointed as in the managerial role of Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen, they've been this tragedy of not winning their rival for six straight meetings. So it's so cumbersome as a Bayern Munich fan, seeing the downfall, seeing the watch down of my own immediate team. We got entitled with draw almost most of our encounters, but it wasn't good. It's just a one win. I'm not just boasting because we've grabbed a win from them, but I'm trying to highlight the kind of masterclass that we exhibited during our time with them. So it wasn't something to be chanting or gallivanting upon, but it's something to give honor to whom honor is due. You understand? Well, what well, highly performed. This is one of the Bayern Munich matches that I've watched over some couple of decades now that gave me joy, excitement, and privileges that I were like, oh shit, what a boo. So it was totally comfortable. In the year 2012, yeah, when we were being beaten by our rival Borussia Dortmund, so it was like a day of rush, a day of mortisement. We were mutilated, flabbergasted, rejected, frustrated, and downcasted. Our hope were like trying to live even a given title, but we found out coming out with nothing. The same thing was applicable last summer 2024. But I stood to him as a Bayern Munich fan. I was like, no, I know that all this predicament happens just for a given time. Because I do believe in life that every predicament needs a given medicament to be cut off. For until there is a medicament, there cannot be a predicament. There must be a medicament wherein if a predicament is being caused, there must be an agenda, a source to cure. You understand? For every pandemic, there must be a resolution. So that is inevitable. Yes. Thank God that Bayern Munich, I've been seeing them, they are coming back to their starts that which they were known of. What happened in 2012, I can't easily fathom, but it wasn't encouraging as a Bayern Munich fan, as I said earlier on. But to God be the glory that the way I see our club being functioning, we are going to lift a title this season, environmentally, if not Bundesliga, only Champions League in disguise. So that is that. More grace to the able decent company. Your tactics have been so dramatically embodied and improved by Bayern Munich fans all over the world. Your 4-2 your 2-4-4 formation has been an epitome of joy. Your 2-5-3 formation has been a glance of the whole economy. Your communical network fluent goes fluently. Despite when the team played nothing, but still give them this hope and enthusiasm that truly they played best. We weren't being mocked or subject to mockery by some coward over there. Bravo to you, young man Vincent. Despite your young age, you were able to tell the young lions, oh, Mr. Tuchel, if you weren't able to do this thing, I can continue from where you stopped. So it's something to give praise of. Masterclass. Being as a footballer for a couple of years, then went to a club, get see something. I'm telling people this. It's just that the one of VK Vincent Company was well known. What happened to Vincent Company is exactly, in fact, is epitome of that which had happened to Zabi Alonso. Why Zabi Alonso was still coaching in France, Liga Tubio, resuscitated boys, you understand? He was coaching them. They got promotion. That's when his heavens opened, you understand? That's when his Anglap were engulfed. So, club like Bayern Leverkusen were down to 17th then in Bundesliga. They were ridiculed, rejected, mocked, you understand, rechized, but thank God for Xabi Alonso's masterclass. He brought them to reality of what they are today. The same thing is applicable to my boy, VK, my coach. He got um Burnley promoted to EPL, you understand? It was also a masterclass to him. But he had a lot of problems with Burnley during his own days there because he came with suggestion that he needed this kind of players. Although he himself knows that the capacity, the kind of players he had then can't or won't be able to sustain or maintain or give him that chance of staying in EPL for a long time because he worked with unnobled men, unvalued proconsul Citadel. So he wasn't able to make it. They were relegated in this after last. He sold almost off half of his squad then, wasn't able to purchase at least a mind masterclass. But here is him today, trying to boast of his tactical display via football world in these guys. You've been good all this while. Bravo to him for his last win of the week. First week of the month of March as well. It's a thing of glory, you understand. Although we didn't lose any match on February, you understand. So I see that man, despite playing up to 8 or 7 matches during, we only come out as we come out triumphantly. All our matches on February, we comes out triumphantly. You understand? We weren't ready to call on Manchester. Now we started again in this month of March. Let's see. Let's see how it's gonna be. In all, we give God the grace for His enablement.